And we're live from the top of the mountain. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, and messenger of God. Hello, how are you? What's up, what's up? That is Maeve. That is me in another life, the Morrigan. That was me in my last life. How you doing? Who were you? Is this your first life? Oh, really? Is this your one and only? You're my one and only. How funny. I said something about that yesterday in my community page. It's like, which life meant more if they all come down to this one life? Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they were glorious lives, but they're done. This is the life that I have to live now. Interesting, right? Such a lame existence, if you ask me, in comparison. And I guess that's that Six of Cups. We're always looking to the past, former glory days, instead of living in God's glorious day. I heard you, Holy Spirit. That's great stuff. Hold on one second here. Pause for the cause. I am Lilith reincarnated, but as well as Morrigan. So there's me in the first, me in the middle, me in the second, me in the middle, me, and me. There's lots of me, and then there was other versions of me. So maybe you're one of these versions of me, or maybe you're just like me. Who knows? I am a godly energy that lies within you. God made me, and then, the female form of God lies within you as well. I'm just here to help you guide through it. The dark feelings of that female God inside of you. As far as the dark man side, I don't know where that guy is. I'm looking for him. Turn on the lights. What does that mean? My counterpart would have to be a dark masculine too, with dark feminine feelings, and be able to tell you what it feels like to have dark feminine feelings within a masculine body, and be able to testify and tell you stories and all that great shit like I do. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? I thought I knew. I don't know. They'd be playing fucking celebrity squares with me on that shit. Anyways, so I did a teaching last week. I told you that I was in my Morrigan, and I explained a little bit about me, myself, and I. And I said, you are in a state of Queen Maeve. How did I do that? There was a teaching before that. How do I know all this? Well, this is my Holy Trinity Bible here. The Alchemy of Transformation, Reclaiming My Dark Goddess. There's levels to this shit, and we put a name on that shit, and I know where the fuck you are at, and who's with you. You're with Queen Maeve. Ew. So, somehow I was in hell. We got out of hell. Obviously, I left you in hell, and you found your way out. But now we need to talk about some stuff. Okay. Reasons for working with her was you have a victimhood, right? None of you are strangers to playing the victim role. Or you're probably also a self-saboteur, you self-defeating behaviors, meaning that you consciously or subconsciously destroy connections or opportunities because of your fear of rejection or failure. So you just kind of opt your way out. I got a hella ops on page 199. Then there's the narcissist. The narcissist is someone that continues to look to others as your rescuer, a source of blame for attention. You may find that you have trouble in these situations. We talked about all of this. Making plans and adapting is what it really needs to come down to. Is what I'm trying to teach you ultimately all the time is how to reprogram your mind. So we tell stories over here, usually all about me. It's all about you. One time, thanks, Park. Puck is on the block. Puck! Anyways, yeah, I told you I'm a medium for dead people, right? Be careful. Your grandma might come in or something and tell on you. I don't know who tells all this shit. I don't really look at them. It just comes out and I'll be like, ooh, who said that? Don't ever ask. Going into it, that was Puck. Some of them I know. Some of them I cared not to know. What we're talking about is, I tell my stories about how I go through this energy, how there's fields of energy based on us by the time of the season. It's the time of the season. And I do a lot of singing because that's what the angels do, and I'm from the choirs. So they just be like singing and stuff. I am a complete medium to the bullshit. Messenger of God, I guess, because who else is bringing messages from the choirs of heaven? Nobody. Going into trying to explain myself. Explain yourself. There's no way. Just keep going. Try to keep up with me. Anyways, so the planets, the seasons, the day of the week, everything. I show you how every day is aligned to make you great. Here comes Kobe Bryant. Take the tie off. Ever since I got off the when he was my trainer, he was in the fucking shorts and in the shoes. Now he's always in his tie, just comes down and steps in the spotlight. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, I did it. I made her the way she is. I know. And he will never let me fall short of his greatness because, that's just the way it is. Thanks, Pac. Pac didn't make it any easier along the way. I can assure you of that. It's all documented on 2 of my Instagram pages. But here's how it works. Here's how the cookie crumbles. All right, take it easy. Is every day, especially a Saturday, we are pushed to our limits, to our greatness, and to become better than we were yesterday. So says Kobe. And we do this every day, and he finds ways, they, them, those, who are they? The Holy Spirit. And I teach you that the Holy Spirit lies within you and everything around you. Could it be something as simplistic as a bug coming to visit you? That bug, in actuality, is a message. Maybe they'll Google what this means. Maybe they won't because they're ignorant. We're deaf, dumb, and blind here in the flesh. I'm trying to wake you. The Holy Spirit's been talking to you. I try to show you that how it works and what it's actually wanting of you. I come and I confirm what you already know. Pretty much. I'm just that voice that you don't listen to inside of yourself. And I have a tongue. I have the tongue of the serpent. Anyway, so going into this, what were we talking about? We were talking about your inability to cope. How when change occurs, when the awakening happens, and they start pushing you into fields of, uncomfortability, and they start pushing you into places of chaos, how you don't want to come out looking like Kanye West. Kanye West, of course, is our reference to the test tube. Him or his children, both. Yeah, I'm a little wicked with my words. I am the patronist of fucking priestesses and witches. I am the goddess of hell. That is me. But I am also God's daughter. That's just what he made me to be, so I have one hell of a tongue. Anyways, ask Bobby. He'll tell you all about it. Moving on. We need to be better. And so we were talking about how when these things happen, when God starts the tower, he starts the clock, where you just wake up and now it's a never-ending shit fest. How the whole point of this is to teach you how to detach, how to walk away, how to gain your power and walk away. Ultimately, you have no power. You're powerless to your situations, to your jobs, to your contracts, to your leases, to your wedding, or, to your marriage vows, to your promises, to your loyalty. You have made all of this commitment to the world with no commitment to yourself or to your God. And so God is about to take your world away, and he wants you to commit to yourself and to your healing. And it's a very ugly ride, and it happens within you, and it's basically just it's all in the hips. Shut up. It's all in your mind. Really, it's where it all happens. And that's why there's such a sickness going on that they call mental illness. No, it's an awakening where the brain and the heart don't align, and now there's chaos going on inside of you. And it can be seen outside of you, and science and everything is trying to cure you and get you back on track to where you're just, a functioning battery, serving the matrix, giving it your energy. Where does this energy go? I have no idea. That I don't know. Is there some dark force that's harvesting your energy? Not that I know of. I have yet to meet the devil either. I know of Lucifer, I know of all the dark beings, but I do not know of this devil you speak of. Anyways, and basically it's just, you're just giving all of giving all your money, giving all your love, giving all your time and energy to a reality that doesn't exist, which is you're just a kid playing a video game all day long with this idea that you're going to get a big bag and, you know, game over. Somebody gives you an award, whether it be a Grammy, an Oscar, a fucking whatever the fuck you want. So I'm trying to teach you that none of those things ever mattered, and that your ancestors are trying to guide you back onto the path of righteousness of what you guys always stood for, which is, you know, love and light, bitch. Alright, so let's get into this. Confusion and expectations. Perhaps you get so overwhelmed you just can't deal with adapting along with the trauma you already are trying to cope with. And what is those traumas? Probably your memories are coming up. We're about to go into the holiday season. You might be, you know, and that's it, subconscious wounds. Subconscious means it's hidden in your conscious. It's beneath the conscious levels of your being. So you have all of these things, simple things. Somebody said something to you and it fucked you up. And now you think a certain way, you act a certain way, you talk a certain way, you walk a certain way because somebody said this is the way. Jesus said there's another way, bro. I know, right? I'm trying to get to know that way. That is a crazy way. If you didn't see it, go look in my shorts. It's funny. Shit, my shorts. Anyways, so this is what it is you have this idea, this perception, this belief, this expectation that that's just the way things are and that's how they should be. I'm here to empower you the same as Christ did, that no, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, plus the universe and all of these beings in spirit lie within you. All your ancestors, that your blood is far more than that of just Christ, but that you are a universal being and you need to tap into your universal powers and stop being powerless to your 9 to 5, your lying job, or your lying girlfriend or boyfriend, or your, you know what I mean, your pursuits of fake happiness, which are nothing more than material pursuits. You want clothes and houses and cars and jewelry. That of a king and a queen, but everybody is king and queen just fine. Why? Who? All right, so that's what it is you're coping, your traumas could be maybe you lost your job, maybe you're losing things. And that's what it is they start pulling things out of your life. You start freaking out because you're attached. It's like pulling the most disgusting piece of Velcro real slow and painfully. It's like they try to pull a Band-Aid and you just latch back onto anything. You're very much a virus. And they're trying to teach you to let go of things and just be free, a free spirit, where things don't control you, right? When you're too uptight to cope with pressure, it causes you to get into a dither, and that's when plans go awire, okay? So we talked about that. Some of the ways to, you know, to let yourself go, and that goes back to the serenity prayer, and that's really where I've been a lot. There's shit going on that I just can't do anything about. So my brakes were more than my brakes. It's a rotor and a brake, and maybe something else is broken. But at this particular time and space, there's no reason for me to go chasing answers when I don't have solutions. Meaning, why do I want to know what's wrong with my car when I can't fix it? I'm going to trust and have faith that I will discover what's wrong and I will have the money to fix it when it can be fixed. It's a simple mechanical engineering in your head. You would say that's stupid. Go find out what's wrong with your car. Okay, but then what happens when I plant that seed of knowledge and truth and wisdom? Now I know, and you know they're going to exaggerate it. Why? Because they just always do. They're going to say this and this and this and this. I already spent $400 on the same pieces that I know are broken again right now. Okay? Okay. So once they tell me it, now I'm going to start becoming overwhelmed about the safety of the car. And I'm going to start becoming overwhelmed about money that I don't have. Take a bow for that. And so why? God, give me the peace, you know? So if I know my car's fucked up, no driving the car. Only drive the car when you need to until we can figure this out. Okay, stay still. Don't worry about it. Let God figure this out for you. He's got a plan. He fucked up the car, he'll fix the car. Did he fuck up the car? I mean, ultimately, he drags me around and I fucked up the car. You know, so it's we both fucked this up. So we're both gonna fix this. And that's just kind of what I mean to tell you is like, you know, you have to step back. What you can do, you do. What you can't do, you can't do. So what can I do? I can only do what I can do. I don't have money for all of that shit. God gave me this day my daily bread. He gave me enough bread to get through the weekend, not to fix a fucking car. Now, he did give me money last week, and I got a tire. I finally got that last tire fixed. It was a little scary in the snow. You know what I mean? So he'll take care of this too. And his good timing. I just have to be faithful. I can't do anything about it but get upset and cry and beg. Why? Just let him take care of this, right? So things like that, you learn to trust. Like, fuck, I can only do so much. So what did I do today? I did my laundry, because I've been talking shit about doing it for 2 days. It was only 2 loads. And now I'm fairly pissed off because I'm not. I just go with the flow. One of them didn't spin. The washer I used didn't spin. So the dryer I used didn't dry. So now I currently have my fucking laundry hanging out in a public space. Could it get any worse? I don't know. I guess I'm just a whole witch. I mean, I got my fucking underwear hanging out in my fucking life, and I'm telling you about life. I just am what I am, and it is what it is. Come talk to me, and I'll tell you. Why are your clothes hanging out right here? Do you really want to know, or can you just accept the fact that I'm in a humiliating position and I just need those fuckers to dry, and I promise I'll put them away? But I am not trying to have my underwear and shit hanging out right here. Do you really want me to tell you the story? Do you want me to feel bad about it? I'm doing my best. And that's just kind of what it is people want you to feel bad about your best. What you want me to do? What am I supposed to do? Spend hella money trying to get them to dry, or really realize that these motherfuckers need to air dry for a while before you put them in a real dryer because they're fucking soaked? Then the bag alone weighed like 50 pounds. I was like, what am I doing? Weight training? Jesus. Thanks, Lord. Thanks. That's it. What are you supposed to do? I don't know. I'm going to sit here and let my clothes dry, and I might as well teach someone a lesson while I'm learning one. What did I learn? Don't use a coupon on a sex change. Sorry, that was a funny saying this dude used to tell me. Why? Because we live in Colorado. Trinidad is the home of sex changes. Why do people change their sex? Because they want you to see them as they see them. They don't want you to judge their skin no more. So they want... How'd that work out, Bruce Jenner? Dude looks like a lady. Donut. Yeah, that's me. I'm wicked. You could have just been soft and squishy as a man. You didn't have to fucking put boobs on it. What'd you do with your penis? I have questions. Where'd it go? Can I look? I don't want to see. I don't need that image in my head. Never even seen a penis, let alone an inverted one. You're like, what? Yeah, the memories, they're gone. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I only need to see one. The right one. All right, let's go. What are your tactics? Do you make plans and simply go with the flow? And generally doesn't just go into battle hoping to win? Instead, spending months sending out scouts to spy on the enemy, check out the layout of the land, and cover every possible eventuality? Every soldier needs to be in place, and they need to know what they should be doing. So make plans and get the strategy right is critical if you wish to win the battle. Meaning, we all set out to win, but, like, they pump us up. There's that, that juice call and shit. They're like, everybody in. You're going to do this. You're going to be great. Everything's, and then you get out there and it's a fucking massacre. And you're lucky to make it out with your life and they give you an award for just trying. You're like, but I didn't win. You're walking around with no legs like Lieutenant Dan talking about, I was supposed to die. No, you're going to live to see tomorrow, fuckhead. Get over it. Oh my God. I hate life. And that's just kind of how life is. All right, confusion and expectations. Perhaps you get overwhelmed and you just can't deal with the adaptation. When that happens, you need to just get out of yourself. Get out of yourself. And that's why I said I haven't been talking, because I just not been doing nothing for myself. I mean, I just been sitting here. Thanks.
Did you get scared?
No, I knew you were there. It doesn't sound good though. That doesn't sound good at all. You need to go out, get some brisk walks. Go, it's not about spending money or going to somewhere in particular. It's just about getting out of your skin, out of your thoughts, out of your feelings, out of your situation. Seriously, if you need to burn gas and fuck up your brakes like I did, then that's what God said you gotta do. I mean, I can't really tell you. Going to a gym and putting yourself, if you're an insecure person, around healthy people and becoming competitive might not be your gig. It definitely wasn't for mine. You know what I mean? So that's why I say just being outside, and that's what it is like, being out here gets me out of whatever I think I'm supposed to be doing in my body. And with us being in the car and situation, we're together a lot more now. We're spending a lot more time, whereas before we were just in separate little spaces, coexisting together, eating together, sleeping together, you know what I mean? Occasional laugh and stuff. Now it's like, we're all in each other's space, and it's all about, it's a family space, and we're outside in lots of open spaces and stuff like that, and we're doing different things with our time and energy because of the restrictions and the red tape that I'm tied up in. I'm seeing ISIS. Okay, so you need to, do stuff like that. If you need to talk to somebody, dude, my mind is out of control. It's okay to say that your mind is out of control. It is an overdrive, and eventually it starts sputtering out some stupid ass shit, and it starts making you believe this stupid shit. You know what I mean? Paranoia, insecurities, shame, blame, you know what I mean? Embarrassment, all of this shit. It starts telling you you're not this, and and that's just it. I could sit with you in person and invite you to hang out with me, and you'll feel totally at peace and trust and everything. But the second you leave, your brain is going to start telling you why you shouldn't hang out with me again. You know what I mean? It starts creating fears and illusions, so you need to take some time off. Eat some good foods that make you feel good. Take some rest. I was trying to watch this documentary about this girl that got abducted by aliens because I need to read about them. Release your expectations of any outcome and also of others. You have no idea what God is doing in your life, and that's what's pissing you off, is what the fuck is going on? Why can't things just go my way? Because it's not your way. It's God's way. Jesus was the way. This is a really weird thing that's happening right now, and when I started it, I promise you, in most of those videos, I say, hopefully they're not going to do this to you. This is because I'm a priestess. This is because of who I am. They do this to me. Nah, bro. This is the way it is. Thanks, Pac. If you ever get knocked back, let the key to your success be persistence. Rise up in the face of difficulties and make a plan of action to get out of the dark as you fearlessly cast light on your objectives, just like Joan of Arc did in the 15th century. That's my daughter reincarnated. Joan of Arc was born around 1412 in France. By the time she was 16 years old, she had received the counsel of the angels for 3 years. Okay? In order for her to deliver France from her enemies. She stands for equality, but especially, sexism. She's all about that shit. Her country had suffered at the hands of the English in a bitter feud that lasted for an entire century. Do you know how long that is? It's 100 years, dude. That's a crazy long time. The etherical voices Joan had heard in her head from the age of 13 pressed her to undertake a quest that she had been preparing for. Those are what they come to you. They come to you in visions and in voices, and that's why they say you're crazy. Okay, and that goes back to, I had a big cry with Mr. Plum. It came to me, and I was like, how is it that I see what you say doesn't exist, that your books say that doesn't exist? How is it? Because, according to the Bible, you can't access the spirit realm. And I'm like, how is it that I'm there and they're not there, and this is this and this is that? How is that? And he says to me, he's like, just because I haven't seen a spirit doesn't mean that you haven't. And that's just the truth is, you know what I mean? We have the prophetic gifts, and ultimately everyone does. It's hidden behind your consciousness, your programming. You know what I mean? That's those wavelengths that are coming through. So they speak to you. Who? When you get past your brain and all the bullshit it's talking, it could be your grandma. It could be any voice, because everyone was a voice of God. They don't speak bad. That's how you know that it's, you know what I mean? It's of the spirit. It's never bad. That anything that's being told to you bad in your head is of the flesh. Somebody said some bullshit. The spirit doesn't speak like that. It doesn't speak atrocities. That's that word he used, atrocity. It doesn't speak atrocities into you. It speaks goodness. It's your heart. Your heart is always pushing you to do great things. Your mind is always telling you why you can't. So since she was 13, undertaking a quest that she had been preparing for, meaning they kept telling her that her day would come. Your day will come, and you will be this person. When? Obviously 3 years for her. Joan's mission seemed both impossible and preposterous by anyone's measure. She was mocked, threatened, and even imprisoned. And that was me. People didn't believe that I was really who I said I was. They thought I was crazy. They thought I was Kanye crazy, especially when I came out trying to save Kanye in the beginning. It was her frivolous determination to succeed that enabled her to prepare herself and anyone willing to assist her in the battle for France and her own life. She knew that she had to do so. She was sheared off her hair, dressed in male attire, put on armor, and took up her sword. She raised the siege of Orleans by defying the cautious strategies of seasoned generals before her, and followed the plans she'd carefully put in place, which changed the course of history and the outcome of the 100-Year War. Joan's story reminds us to be steadfast in struggle and determined in difficulties, and to be brave, choosing perseverance in order to reach your goals. Why did they choose Joan of Arc at such a young age? Because why do they harm children at such a young age? They're impersonable. You can teach a child anything. And that's it. You can develop a child into being anything. So at that time, they took her before she, you can't teach an old dog new tricks is what they're showing me. And that's it. You know in your heart. I knew in my heart I was always going to be a singer and songwriter, and I would be famous for it. It's exactly what started all of this. It's what started all of this, and I'm famous for this music I made. It's not existent to you, but I promise you, those that heard it, it started an uproar. It was a change in music. It couldn't be genrefied, it couldn't be genderified, it couldn't be categorized. It was something beyond. And that's what started it. And so anyways, it's like without a doubt, you've been prepared your whole life for these moments. You know that your moment will come. Right? And so she believed, despite no matter what any adult would say, she had heard this voice inside of her heart for 3 years telling her. And that's it. You can't tell me shit. I know the voice inside of my head. I know whatever comes out of my mouth is the damn truth. That I don't speak. I speak for or speak with, but I don't have shit to talk about. I know it's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. You know what I mean? Your opinion means nothing because it was put together by something you've seen or something someone else said. Right? Right. That's it. It's just a knowing beyond your knowing. Whatever your situation is, whether you're trying to lose weight, recover from grief or debt, heal an illness, mend a broken heart, or escape from a situation, determination will see you through, especially when you add the secret ingredient of discipline to ensure success. And that was Kobe. He was not going to let me. He can't. He was contracted. He could not let me. And believe me, it was too much to witness it, and I haven't yet. Those witnessed it. They witnessed it. It was too much darkness, but he wouldn't let me stay in the darkness. It's like, all right, brush yourself off and get up. And it'd be so hard to get up. And even Pac would be in my face. Don't be a bitch. When do I call you bitch? He would try to joke it off, and it was such a drill camp of you can deal with these memories, you can deal with these feelings. And that's what people are trying to do, is they're trying to escape their memories. They're trying to escape their feelings. They deem them as bad or sinful. I shouldn't hate you. I shouldn't, and that's what we pray to God, is take away these feelings. But that's what we're here to experience, is the feelings of what it feels like to be human and to overcome those feelings. Not to escape them, avoid them, run from them at all costs, but to actually go with them and flow with them without them costing your life or someone else's. And that's what I teach you over here, and that's what, he taught in life. He had a ring. We all have a place that we play, and we all had a place that we were able to be the priestess, to be the voice of God to those in our fields. And God has brought you to my field because he believes that, you're in the dirt and I'm digging you out. So, let's get with it. Discipline will bring stability and structure into your life and will teach you to be responsible and respectful and well-defined, for well-defined rules from the basis of society. If there's no discipline, people would do whatever they want without considering others or the outcome of their own actions. And that's it. That's an overindulgent ego where you just believe that you have, you're entitled to act this way and talk this way. That's Kanye. Thinking that you're God, that you can just act and talk however you want and with no regards to God's people. Who are God's people? Every single one of these beings are an expression of God, and you treat them as so. Sometimes you have to be godly. I'd be snapping on them. They're God's children, man. Do you know who you are? The ability to have self-restraint allows you to behave in a consistent, stringent, and controlled manner, whereas a lack of ability can have disastrous results. You will have experienced this whenever your emotions got the better of you. It's not easy to be aware and conscious of your behavior and reactions all the time, but to not give in is truly a sign of strength. And that's what it is. I see Kobe and the endurance. He knows how to get under my skin. Let's talk about men. Let's talk about how you feel about these men. Okay, why is it with me that Lilith, Adam, men, control? I control men. Not this life. Not this time, Lilith. Not this time, Lilith. So that's it. It's like, we're going to keep pushing this. You're going to keep pushing this subject until this subject no longer pushes you. That's what that means. You know what I mean? And that's Khalik. That's endurance. I always said that he was the counterpart. He is my counterpart. You know what I mean? You embody this. It is inside of you. And you have to learn to harness it before it strangles you. Do you know what I mean? You have the determination to get things done, but you're trying to get the wrong things done. You're putting your determination and your willpower into things of the mind instead of things of the heart. And they will not manifest because your flesh has no power over what your heart wants. You're denying your heart what it really wants in order to please other people's minds and your own that thinks like them. So you learn to put up a fight. You learn to fight yourself and what you think is right and do what you feel is right. And that's where things get real ugly. And you become the destroyer of your own life. And that's just it. It's like, I know that I do this shit, but I don't want to do this shit no more. I don't want to be like this. It's making a choice to be better. You know what I mean? Whether it be alcohol, whether it be I'm blowing hella fucking money all the time. I'm tired of blowing money. Then you have to have self-discipline. You have to figure out what to do with yourself that doesn't involve money. Sex, attention, materials, meaning it could be anything from food to clothing to you just have an addiction to, going to the fucking Starbucks every fucking day. Breaking yourself out of your comfort zone and doing things that are uncomfortable helps you explore yourself. I'm not saying you're going to find things you like right away. You're going to find a lot of things you don't like right away. That's all we do is find out the things we don't like. And then we have some fun along the way. We're like, oh my God, that shit was so fucking disgusting. Oh my God, let me tell you all about it. It was hilarious. It was so funny, but it was so disgusting. Are we talking about food or the men I date? Who knows? You know what I mean?
I can't go outside.
Hold on, I'm still on live. So it's really the discipline is pushing yourself and your limits on a Saturn day. Okay? We often experience a loss of control, but when we try too hard to control things, pushing back in the direction you believe things should be heading, the more off course things can get. And that's it. It's like I was going this way, but now there's something in my way, and instead of going a different way, I'm going to push harder the way that I can't go. You just realize, okay, that fucked up everything. And that's it. Okay, so for example, I'm pushing really hard to get money together for a hotel. Every time I put a little bit of money in my pocket, something breaks. So is God giving me money for a hotel, or is he giving me money to fix shit? And maybe I don't see what he's really doing, but I realize that I have to do something different. I can't do what I was going to do. There's other things that need to be done. Again, I wake up every morning at 4, actually before that, and I leave by 4:30 to get there at 5 a.m. and sign up to go to work. I sit there with the understanding that I'm going to go to work today. They sent me out 2 out of 5 days this week. But I believed every day, and I didn't get mad when there wasn't. I understood that at least I was here, at least I got coffee, at least I had a place to brush my teeth, at least I was prepared for greatness, even though this didn't work out. I don't get mad, I don't get even, I don't get panicked. I just understand that it didn't work today. You're not going to work today. God is going to work today. And that's just it. It's like I want things to go away, but I recognize that it's not going that way, and just to go the way that it's in front of me. And that's it. I wanted my clothes to be washed and dried. I thought it would be cool. It didn't go that way. I didn't get pissed off. I didn't go out of my way to go find another fucking dryer and do all this shit. I'll just do it, the way that I'm going. I'm going this way. I'm going to sit up. I'm going to do a card reading. I'll just hang my shit out to dry out here. Fuck it. It's not the way I wanted it to be, but the shit is clean. It will dry. I'll put it in the car and it's over. It seems like a lot more work, but that's it. It is. And what is it doing? It's pushing me and my feelings. I don't feel so good about my clothes hanging out like this. Yeah, I know. You'll get over it. Why I gotta be out here like this? Because why do you gotta care? Who cares? I kind of care. Is anybody out here? No. But what if somebody walks by? So? What are you going to tell them? I'm in a hard place and my clothes are wet. Okay then. Get over the fear and move on. And that's just it. It's like, I don't want people to see me in my situation. Why? Who cares? I put you in it. Tell them. Tell them I did it. What are they going to say? Fuck them. Fuck them. Thanks, Bernie Mac. It doesn't really help when I tell them fuck you. Is not the answer either. And that's it. It's like, you're just fucking with me today. Yeah, I am. I'm going to fuck with you again tomorrow too. I want you to be better. I don't want you to worry about such little things. Just enjoy the day. Okay, I guess. That's really it. That's all we can do. It's like, fuck. I had plans for the weekend. Really, what was you going to do? I don't know. Okay then, sit down and enjoy the day. Turn on some Netflix and chill, bitch. Fine, I guess. Whatever you say, God. That's it. You just sit around waiting for God to tell you what to do. And then you get a nudge, an intuitive nudge, they say. You get a feeling in your gut. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm bored. I'm curious. I'm this. And you go with it. But what's it telling you to do? I don't know. And for right now, what else do I got to do with myself? Nothing. If I had a home, think about it. If I was in a home, I'd be cleaning my home or doing something for my home, for my home life. I did. I cleaned out my car and I got it all cleaned out and I did my home life. I got more life to live is what I heard. Things don't go as we want them to go, dude. And that's because we see things as what we want, but that's not even what is real. It's like, no, I didn't plan that for you today. I never said that guy was going to be your boyfriend. I said go flirt with him because it would make you feel good. I didn't say I wanted you to sleep with him and ruin your life. Really? I was so down for that. I was really ready to ruin my life for this one. No, sit down. Go flirt with someone else. Stuff like that. They're just pushing you. Who's they? I'm telling you, it could be your grandma. It's God in some form. He's telling you inside of your heart to be better. He's trying to give you a good life. He's trying to make you laugh and love and cry and love and live. He's just trying to take care of you. What is it? What do you need in a day? You need to eat. You need to sleep. You need to shower. That's not even optional. You really should be putting on deodorant too. Some people say they don't sweat, but I don't. If I smell you, I'm gonna slap you, bro. That's not right. You can wash yourself. I have my own feelings about this situation. I don't want to. All right, let me explain this. This is scientific. Smell. When you smell something, you smell that. It's 80% of that smell is taste. You're actually tasting it. And now you're telling yourself you smell it, but you're really tasting it. I don't want to fucking taste your sweat. Or smell it, as they say. Gross. There's another thing, too. It's kind of getting expensive showering all the time. I just want to point that out. It should kind of get expensive. I am definitely paying a water bill in one sense or another. All right, let's see. Making the right decision can make or break you. So regardless of where you exert self-restraint, it will help to promote achievements in moving forward. And that's it. You really just are like, damn, I've been really wanting to do this for a long time. Fuck it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. One day you'll be ready and you just really do it. When your plans are set in stone, try not to be rigid in your expectations of the direction that it'll take. Meaning, all you have is an idea. I have an idea. It's just an idea, bro. It's one vision, and you got carried away with it. Just live the vision and, dream another dream. Remember to be adaptable, and if your plans are not going quite the way you hoped, don't have a meltdown or give up. And that's it. Oh my God, it's never going to work. It's never going to work. Why have I done this? Oh my God, I just got to go back to where I came from. I'm seeing tree. Oh shit. Twin flame number 2. I told him he was going through so much turmoil with his women problems. He had a baby mama that he had left, and then he had a mistress, and then he had all these hoes. He had all this going on, and his heart was just being pulled all different directions. I'm like, just leave her. Just leave her. And if it doesn't work, you can always go back. And that's what's sad about karmic relationships. You can always go back to them. They're always, I forgive you. I love you. They'll just hang it over your head for the rest of your life. Remember that time? Remember that time? That's Marshall. Your songs, man. I don't know. She did what? What? You'd just be so mad about whatever she did. What'd you do? What'd you do? Anyways, who did what? Forgive it. Forgive and forget. Anyways, the Dark Goddess knows how much you can take, and she knows what's in store for you, and sometimes your plans don't always fit in with the plans she has for you. She sees the bigger picture and asks you to relinquish control over the end result. Meaning, I don't know what the fuck is going on ever. And that's when you know you're cool. If I have a plan, then, and it's not God's plan given to me by God, then it's gonna fuck up, because I guarantee you it's not what he was planning. He's always got a better plan. What plan? Which way? Jesus is the way. Shut up. Not helping. Meaning I don't fucking plan dinner. I don't plan shit. I don't have a plan. And that's why I said you're gonna get pissed off being around me, because I'm not in control, and I'm not gonna let you be in control. God's in control. He'll tell us what to do with our day. Give us this day our daily bread. Shut up. I'm tired of this. Forgive us of our trespasses, Lord, as we forgive those who trespass against us. It says no trespassing. I don't know, guys. You just got to learn to let go and let God. And that's what this whole thing is about. Is, you know what I mean? Losing control. You're going to lose control. What are you going to lose first? Your mind? That's what we're trying to do, is you got to get rid of it. If I could just cut your head off, it would work. But we don't do that no more. The goddess Kali and all the skulls. It's a joke. Whatever. Anyways, we can't do a lobotomy. We can't do anything like it. There's no more chill pills, bro. Quit chilling. Quit chilling, bro. The only bad guy out there is you. And the way you think. And, truthfully, I can't make you believe some shit that you don't believe yourself. All I'm trying to do is get you to believe in what your heart is telling you. It's telling you to do something, to be brave about some shit. And I promise you it won't stop there. Once you start being brave, as long as you don't stop being brave, you will never be weak again. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Because that's what I say about this whole journey. Once you start being brave about it and honoring how you feel, just being brave enough to say what's in your stomach, being brave enough to do what's in your stomach, you know what I mean? Those guts, being brave enough to follow your gut. Once you're brave enough to do it, it'll never stop, because you'll always remember, I did it once, I can do it again. That's that Trump mentality that everybody wants. What'd you find? Oh yeah, that was in my car door. It doesn't work. Once you start, you have the tenacity or audacity to keep going because you've already done it once. The more you do it, the more it becomes a habit and you become better at it, which is what? Just being brave. Brave enough to speak your truth, brave enough to stand up to people, brave enough to eat what you want, brave enough to dress how you want, brave enough to live how you want, even though it's not pleasing to others. Do you know what I mean? Just honoring you and how you feel. So with that being said, once you start being brave enough, you'll never be weak again. You'll never be controlled by somebody else's perception of what they think of you. You know, there's a whole culture, the Asian culture is heavy about this. The whole Asian culture is you're not good enough. You're not good enough for our family. You must rise to be better than our family. They always want their next generation to be better than the last generation. Well, let me teach you something, fuckers. That's how the ancestors do us. They want us to be what they never were because we have the power to be what they could never be. And they see it in us because they see us as them. So they're always pushing us to be something that we don't even think we can be. We don't even have a desire to be. We're like, I don't care. But they're sitting there, you know what I mean, brownie pointing us, and the crowd goes wild, and they're just literally, you know, the spirit world is pushing you to all levels of greatness because you have all levels of greatness in you. And once you experience these levels of greatness of these, you know, climbing the top of the mountain, which is not a physical, or it's not, you don't physically have to do it, but even me, when I was fat, you know what I mean, doing this Red Rocks run right here, it's 1.25 mile hike around these mountains. First time I did it, I gotta tell you, I think it took me an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours because I was so out of weight and I couldn't breathe and it hurt my body. But then I started getting good at it and I could do it in probably 45 minutes. It's one hell of a fucking hike. And even to this day, I still don't go the other way. I'm not going that way. That shit burns. Those stairs, no, never again, never again. But once you do it, you're so proud of yourself. And then there was, you know what I mean? Oh gosh, Table Mountain, where we found Lucifer. Oh my God, dude, that one was killer. Anybody that goes with me on Table Mountain, we're taking a break every 15 feet because it burns. It just burns. But we're going to get to the top. I don't care if it takes us all day. We'll start in the morning. We'll take one step in front of the other. We'll feel the burn. We'll catch our breath and we'll burn some more. We'll keep burning. And actually, it burns way more when you're coming down it. Somebody call 911. And that's what it is like, we're going to do it. Not today. Hell no, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. We're going to do what we can today. And then we can do what we can tomorrow. And if we're not strong enough to do some on Monday, then fuck. We'll do some more on Tuesday. God who gives us strength on a Tuesday. And that's just it, is, you know, be brave. Be brave. That's what that means. Okay? All right, let's jump in here. Looking forward. Starting anew is the most powerful if you focus your attention on what you choose to create. Giving all your attention to the unwanted aspects of your life will allow what you resist to persist. And that's it. You keep trying to avoid people, places, and things. So then you're going to run right into them. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm not going to go over there because then I might see Bobby. Bro, I swear I'm going to see you one of these mornings no matter what, bro. If you wake up in the morning, I'm all over there, bro. I'm all over. I'm everywhere. It's like, I'm not going to run from you. I'm not going to avoid you. If I see you, I'm going to go straight through you, bro. Straight through you. And that's just it. It's like you're trying to avoid making mistakes. Just make the mistake. And then it's over. You know what I mean? Fear is nothing more than a feeling. You're afraid of the feeling of fear. But after you go through it, it's just what? It's over. You need to remember to leave room in the process of fresh beginnings and to be kind to yourself because it takes time to become accustomed to anything new, no matter how much you like it. There is no need to get down on yourself either if you don't reach your goals instantly. Instead, acknowledge the forward motion and choose to reset and start again. And that's, I'm saying Kobe, but especially Nipsey, is the marathon continues. I'm not saying I got it right. I'm just saying that I'm in my lane. You know what I mean? And that's it. As you'll take one step forward, you'll sit on that step for hella long, trying to figure out why you can't make it to the next step, not realizing how far you've come. And then you might need to go back and re-step. And that's, reevaluate. I've come so far, though. Yes. And that's where I was throwing a fit at God. The fuck am I doing in Las Vegas? And I ain't got no job and no money still. Oh, you've come so far. Fucking, yeah, but I can't get home now. The fuck you talking about, bitch? Get in the car. That's not how he talked to me, but that's how we talk. How I be talking, like, not really, but eventually he will talk to me in such ways. And if I keep talking disrespectful to God, he's going to disrespect the shit out of me. And that's just it, is I was mad at him. You brought me all this way. You allowed me to believe such things. Yes. And look at you now. Yeah, look at me. Look at me. What am I going to do now, God? Apply for Amazon. Fuck. Fine. I don't know what else to do. And that's it. He might not. The motherfucker might take me out of here before I even get the job. We got 7 days and counting. I got the shoes in my car. Come on. Don't fuck this up, God. You be making me believe some bullshit just to believe it. Yep, I knew you had it in you. Come on, believe a better... Gosh, God. I don't know if he's going to do you like me, but truthfully, he just wants you to wear it for a minute. Just feel like what it feels like to be your greatest version. And then get ready, because he's got another version of you he wants you to put on. And that's the ascension. How many... You've went through one ego death? You went through one death, transformation, and rebirth? Oh, wow. You've got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of shedding of your skin, onion boy. Like, there's so much of you that you don't even understand that you've got to take off. And you only take it off so you could put on better parts of you. You're like, wow, this looks good. I feel good about myself. I'm going good. I'm going to have a great life like this. Take it off. Take it off. Take it off. I want you to be something better. What's better than this? I'm golden. Nope. We want you diamond. Oh, man. This is stupid. So we need you to start all over. What? Get ready for it. All right. Let's see. Making the choice to start anew has its own energy. It's a promise made to you. The forward momentum creates a sort of vacuum behind it, pulling towards you all you need to help you continue moving in your chosen direction. And that's it. God said, God's plan. He said it was time to go home and start all over. I was so pissed off at him for doing all of that. But as soon as I got in my car, he did exactly that. Pulled in everything I needed to get my ass home. Once the journey has begun, it may take unexpected turns, but it never really ends. That's it. What the fuck is going to happen next? Like cycles in nature, there is periods of obvious growth and periods of dormancy that signal a time of waiting for the right moment of burst forward. And that's what I said in my post earlier, is I've got another moon cycle. We just did the new moon, so I'm planning to, to get out, to get off the floor, to get off the ground. So then by the new moon, I'll be off the ground, but then now we'll be shedding that too. Each time you choose to start anew, you dedicate yourself to becoming the best you are able to be. When you meet Queen Maeve, it indicates the opportunity to break out of the darkness and create a new chapter in your life. At this turning point, you will have experienced challenges and changes and breakdowns in relationships, as they will be certain factors that need to leave your life before the good stuff can come in. And that's it. There's all of this, and that goes back to... I see you, Marshall. Oh, fuck. I kept putting everything up. What is holding back my fortune? What is holding back my happiness? Who's in my way now? Get off me. Get away from me. I'm deleting messages. I am cursing people out. I'm doing whatever it takes to get the old me off of me so I can live this new life of my prophecy. Why can't I just be what you said I was going to be? Because you still have old versions of you on you. Well, get it off me. It takes time. You must experience and live. Oh, God, I hate you. So anyways, going back to it, I would always sacrifice the men, the children, the women, anything. And then every Sunday, I'd tell Marshall, I'm going to let you go now. I don't know. It might be time for us to stop talking. Every Sunday, I didn't want him holding me back because there was, the belief that Bobby was ever going to call me held me back. The belief that Russ was ever going to fucking grow up held me back. These beliefs hold you back instead of believing in yourself and new possibilities. You're believing in some old shit. You're believing this relationship is going to work itself out, and then you guys are going to be friends again. That's old. Don't you want a new friend? Don't you want a new friend? You can't have a new friend if you're believing that the old friendships still exist. And that's what I mean is you have so much space in your energetic field, right? You have like top five. That's all they're giving you. And God is very jealous. He don't share me with nobody. But anyways, we'll say you get top 5. You have room for 5 people in your life to take and give energy. Are they taking and giving, or they're just taking? Okay? No, but you want like 30 fucking friends, and you want to have a big old celebrity get together, and you want everybody at your bridal shower, and you want your birthday party to be off the chain and shit. You want all these people in your energy that are ultimately taking from you. That whether it's taking a picture with you and using you as clout, or, you know what I mean, they were at your party, so now they're telling people about you and your experiences. They're taking from you. They're taking what you had to give, and they're, you know what I mean, using it for whatever glory hole shit they're on. So going back to it is you can't have new with old. And that was a message I guess I made last week about, you want to move on, but you have these ties. You know what I mean? You have soul contracted ties to you that this person's going with you. You don't want to sit around waiting on them, but best believe their ass is going to be there. Like, oh God, it's you again. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's you. Okay. And that's just it. It's like, I can't break this tie. I'm not going to sit here and try to untie this tie. I'm not trying to figure out what tied us together. I just know we're tied. You know what I mean? That's it. Tie-dye brothers. And we move the fuck on about that. But going into it is like, there's many things that are holding you back. And it's really just part of your mind. Your belief system is you believe you can't talk to this person because then that person. I did that to all of them. I was like, if I talk to Tree, I'm going to lose Bobby. This is going to be bad. And I'm going to lose Tree. I knew what was going to happen. My biggest fear happened. If you go hitting on him, he's going to stop being your friend. And this is going to make everything weird. And then Bobby's definitely not going to talk to you anymore. And that did me a favor. Okay? The forward momentum creates... Yeah. Let's see. At this point, you will have experienced challenges, changes, and breakdowns in relationships. There will be certain factors that need to leave your life before the good stuff can come in. It's been a long slog, but the glimmer of hope you felt when Saradwin indicates new ideas, successful projects, and golden opportunities that await you if you give yourself a second chance. I'm going to stop there. God is all about second chances. He wants you to get this right. And that's why he keeps you stuck. He doesn't. You keep yourself stuck. He's not going to put you... when I saw that, I saw Marshall. Marshall's life was over, and he had no hopes or inspirations to believe in anything bigger than another album. And it's been a long slug. But little by little, that fucking snail, the slowest moving energy, has come out, and he has made himself known. He has made himself seen. You would say he's rebranded himself. No, he's just rediscovered himself, and he's being brave and putting himself in places that he needed to be put, as far as, supporting political views. This is a man that really does care about political causes. So now he chose to use his voice and to step up into that place. You know what I mean? He chose to use his voice and step into places where other people haven't been. As far as Formula One. Yeah, he may have never thought it was an idea, but again, I'm here to spark the ideas that you never thought possible, and to inspire you to chase to believe in such ideas. And he did such things. So going back to this, it's like, Saradwin, myself, gave him a glimmer of hope and new ideas, successful projects, and other golden opportunities that awaited him if he gave himself a second chance. He was 52. He was 50 when we started this. And he watched, and he did the work, and he started applying it in his own life. His life is becoming more wholesome. It's becoming new again. He's having a new life. He still has old attachments that are holding him back, but little by little, he is becoming new. There's something new. There's a new air about him, is what they would say. Might be an air sign. Could be a Libra. Balance that shit, damn it. Anyways, going back to it is everybody deserves a second chance, and that's where I was when I started. I had no friends, I had no family, and I didn't let anybody near me. I was just a very successful bitch. And I didn't want to be a bitch anymore. Don't want to be a player no more. I wanted friends. I wanted family. I wanted to get married again. I wanted to get close to someone again. It took a long time for me to break down all the barriers inside of me that kept me away from believing in friends and family and men. And again, going back to Kobe and that endurance, there's a million things in my flesh of this life and a billion things since the beginning of time that have made these difficult for me. But I am always shooting to be better and becoming a better friend, growing a new family, and having my husband. No, it doesn't happen overnight, because my life was programmed not to have such things in my life. I'd given up, sacrificed, lost all hope of such things. And now I've had to reprogram myself into believing in just that, such things. So hold on one moment here, y'all. Okay, I didn't know if he was going to speak about something. So these are things that you need to consider, you know what I mean? Setting yourself free from. You have to have hope again. You have to believe that there is a man or woman for you. You have to believe that even though your family wasn't the right family, that there is a family out there for you. You have to believe that there are friends, that there is a group and a community, a soul tribe for you once you get your soul right. But, you know, and that's just the way it is. Anyways, are you ready to purposely seek out the dark, wild, Astrius goddess? She draws you to her. Anyways, this is when, let me see. I'm going to skip all of this. Turn to Maeve when you wish for leadership, strategic plans, to prepare your future, for determination, for passion, honoring your sexuality, to use your sexual prowess, to adapt, to connect with the Fae, for a passionate relationship, for your sexual honor to be protected, to visit Ireland, to be free from conflict and control, to marry, for sexual union, and to be a leader. Why is this a big deal? Your sexuality is pretty much all of your power, and I have the Lilith teach you that. But it's deemed, you know, you deem your sexuality as sinful, or, you know, you use it against others. So I'm not sure where you are on the spectrum, you know what I mean? But like, again, you know, people like Lewis and like Marshall and like myself, who have been celibate for years and years and years and years, because we just can't get close to a person emotionally. It's not about the physical connection that we do enjoy quite dearly. But if we can't emotionally connect, we don't want to physically connect with you. You know, there's some of us that were on the extremes of pain where we just didn't get connected. And there's those of you that you will physically connect with anyone, just won't let them in emotionally. You know what I mean? These are all manipulations of your sexual prowess and denying your sexual prowess, denying your feelings. You know what I mean? We are sexual beings, but we deny the ability to have sex because of our fear of the persons, of what they will do if we get close. Certain things like that. So honoring your sexuality is a way to connect with her. Drink a goblet of mead. Take a spoonful of honey. Adorn yourself in gold. Keep bees. Celebrate the pagan festival of Beltane and Maboon. Train birds to come with you. Play traditional Irish music. Leave bread and honey out for the fairies. Make careful preparations and plans. Be determined in all you do. Make an altar for her and place upon it honey and a glass of mead. Pictures or a figurine of a bull. Fairy figures. A picture of the fairy queen. Red and gold crystals. A vase of jasmine and a wand of hawthorn. Okay, let's see. Moving forward, exercise. We talked about the questions you should be asking yourselves. Her power of seduction are also her strengths, a gift all women have and are known to use. However, not many understand how to fully use the energy of enticement, of magnetism, and the implications of its effects. If used in it when necessary many times, and have always known how to from an early age. However, there is a right time and a right place, and everything we do should be with harm to none. I would never betray my sister or a brother. Maeve's words to me when I met her on the sacred hill of Tara in the country Meath were to use my gifts wisely. This ancient and sacred site in the entrance of the other world is known as the sacred dwelling place of the gods. The hill of Tara is where St. Patrick drove the snakes out of Ireland, a symbol for driving out paganism, for he knew the site was a powerful vortex of energy and was the inauguration place and the seat of the High Kings of Ireland. St. Patrick is also one of my guides. He's taught me how to spread the word, how to teach, how to spread the church. The dark night of the soul can seem like endless conflict, and you cannot fight effectively unless you identify your objectives and strategies in order to survive injury. Once your preparation is fully in place, Maeve will direct you towards she who will smoke out your enemies in all forms. Once you have them in your sights, the goddess of battle will greet you and lead you into war. And that's where you meet the Morrigan. And that's me. I teach you how to go to battle. I'm going to stop there because I'm sure we've already done an hour. Our next teaching will be all about me, the Morrigan. I'm going to teach you out of this book, but I'm also going to teach you the Priestess of Morrigan. In this book, we were talking about page 31, chapter 3, Victory and Healing. The guardian of the temple door leads through the temple entrance, and the usher ushers them towards me. Me, but not me. I don't quite feel like I'm floating. I'm more like I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming, and I'm trying to hold a vast, almost uncomfortable force with me. The Morrigan is that vast sea of energy. She is the uncomfortable being filled, processed, and in honesty with the divine presence. The priests have been training this whole year for just this purpose. Some will become vessels for the Morrigan in her temple. Some will guard her vessel, and others will hold space at the entrance to her temple where petitioners gather to speak and be within the presence of the great queen. I'm dimly aware of holding people's hands, of speaking. I think and I touch someone's cheek and put my hand on someone's chest and speak words filled with purpose. But the part of me that doesn't pay much attention to that. My mouth moves, but I don't know what is being said. The part of me that is consumed with the feeling. I want to weep. I want to weep. I want to weep. There's so much pain. There's so much sorrow. I feel it all because she feels it. When I purchased this book, I grabbed this book and I put my hand on it, and I felt it's in my documentary. I felt overwhelmed with sadness, unbelievable pain and sadness. And I looked to my spirit guide. He worked at the he's not here anymore. He's back in Denmark. He worked at the spiritual store, and I said, "What have they done to me?" And that's it. I knew I was the Morrigan, and I felt all this pain and suffering and sadness just upon the book, just touching the book. And, I don't race through the book to know who I was, because I have to live in who I am. And I'm not always in my Morrigan energy. I just am now. But I fluctuate because I'm more than just the Morrigan. And I go through different lives to learn different lessons, all in this life. And that's why I said, what if those lives was more important if I'm actually finishing those lives in this life? That would mean that this is the most important life, if they all led to this one. That's something they call the Akashic Records. I can help you to get through that, but truthfully, you'll only start to open them when you start to open up to yourself. When you start fighting your own battles and overcoming your own fears, then you start becoming yourself again. Where you were this person before, but it was taken away from you because you abused that power, so to speak. And that's where I said too, is during this life, it's the karmic year. Everything has been taken away from you. You lose control, and you surrender your control to God. And in doing so, all power is given back to you. But what is it to have all the powers of God and not be in control? I'll tell you what it is. That's Christ. That's what it means to be like Christ. To have God inside of you, but not try to control anybody with it, but use it no more than to help and save others. I'll get you there. Hey, love yous. Laters. Bye.